2.147 billion max cash. Accumulating this much GP on a RuneScape account is hard. Doing it on an Ironman is extremely difficult. Trying to amass that much wealth on an Ultimate Ironman though, clinically insane. So naturally, that's exactly what I've set out to do. And equipped with just 28 inventory spaces and mediocre PVM skills, so far I've been able to collect 1.6 billion GP in items on my Ultimate Ironman. But I want that max cash value. My name's Zorte, and this is my journey to obtain RuneScape's most valuable items without banking. Right, well, I have run into a bit of a snag. In the last episode, I created a fortified ward by combining my arcane sigil with the Elidinus' ward from Raids 3, but as it turns out, this item won't go into item storage, nor will it fall to the ground if I pile my items, so I literally cannot get rid of this thing, which is a pretty big problem for Ultimate Ironman. Because of that, I kind of can't do any wilderness content right now, so I was saving these rune crossbows to go try KBD out, and then these diamonds to use for diamond bolts at KBD, but since I'm kind of locked out of that content for now, I think they're gonna get dropped over to the main here. Yo, I got the drop! Mine boots, mine top. Looking good. By the way, with those mine pieces obtained, I have 7 out of 8 completed here in the fancy dress box. I am just waiting on the stale baguette. Whether or not that will ever come, I don't know. It takes a ridiculous amount of hours on average to get it, but otherwise filled up, pretty cool. The TOA item prices are far too high for me to pass up on some more raiding, so I'm going to be headed back into the tombs and also making a few optimizations to try to speed things up. I've grabbed myself a super combat potion, and I'll also be trying out some quicker boss routes. Let's see how this goes. Oh my gosh, we got another purple. Alright, here's the deal. Fang is probably the best thing that I could get. Lightbearer would actually also help speed up my raid time significantly. Shadow is probably actually the best thing that I could get, but you know, odds of me getting that very slim. And then I would take Misori. The only thing we really don't want to see here is another ward. So without further ado, let's hope that we just don't get another ward, please. All right, Lightbearer, we will take that. That is going to speed up our raids significantly. That's a good one to get. Here's the deal. Getting the Lightbearer is really good, and it's going to help a ton with TOA and some other locations as well. But the problem is that I have a Ring of Suffering, which is imbued and charged right now, which means I can't bag it. So either I sacrifice an inventory space to use the Lightbearer, or I need to uncharge and unimbue this thing, which also means that I will lose 100,000 recoil charges, which I guess I've had sitting in my ring for like 2 years at this point and I have never used them, so it kinda sucks to get rid of 100k charges, but it's not that big of a deal. But what it does mean is that before I get rid of my Ring of Suffering, I should probably head back to Zulrah and knock out my remaining combat achievements for Zulrah. The first one is taking down Zulrah using the Vengeance spell, and then 3 Snakelings simultaneously, and finally Zulrah KC in less than 1 minute and 20 seconds. I think they're all doable, and I should be able to knock them out in a couple hours. I'm here at Zulrah. I have 6 sharks in my inventory, and I'm hoping that's enough for a KC. I think it is, but I'm a little bit out of practice. I'm going to let you guys watch my first attempt, and you can laugh at me. I'm going to put my shame aside, and you can see how bad I've gotten at Zulrah. Well, I'm as surprised as you are, but we got the first KC, and the time was 2:25, which I have a task to get a KC in under 1 minute and 20 seconds. That might be reaching a little bit. And the first task of taking out Zulrah using Vengeance has now been completed. Task number 2 coming in, taking out 3 Snakelings at once. Pretty easy if you use chins. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, no task that KC, but I won't say no to a free Magic Fang, I guess. Real quick, if you like unique old school content in your sub box, it would mean a ton if you could hit the like button and consider subscribing to help me reach 10k subs. I really appreciate your help. Now back to the content. Gonna drop the Fang over to the main here. I considered keeping it just in case I get a Tanzanite Fang and I could dismantle it for scales, but I don't really want to deal with the scale and dart upkeep of a blowpipe anyway, so it's just going to be some bond money for the main here. I've had enough of Zora for now. I knocked out 2 of the 3 combat tasks that I set out to do. The speed running one for 1 minute and 20 seconds just wasn't going to happen. With my current setup and just being extremely rusty, I was getting closer to 2-minute KCs and I needed 1 minute and 20. We'll eventually go back, and I'm sure at that point I will regret not doing it with the Ring of Suffering, but I just don't feel like grinding it out right now. So without further ado, I am going to uncharge and discard the recoil rings that are in my ring right now. 99,846 current charges. That hurts to get rid of, but it's okay. I am going to remove the imbue bonus from the ring. I'll get 580,000 Nightmare Zone points, which is actually going to be extremely useful because I have a task remaining to imbue a Salve Amulet, and I can put these points towards that. So here we go. I have removed the imbued bonus, and I believe that... Oh, I actually didn't know that it could still hold recoil charges. All right, I did confirm I cannot put it in the bag with the recoil charges. So let me go ahead and discard the recoil charges here, and I will release them, and that should allow me to place the ring into my looting bag. It will eventually probably become a drop item to the main, but for now we're going to hang on to it. And I'm going to go test this sucker out at TOA. And that is once again another PB, my friends. We're getting pretty quick here thanks to the light bearer. I've shaved off over 4 minutes of my runs just with this one ring running the same invocations. That is pretty crazy. No purple, but snap seeds, always good. No way, we see another purple. I can't believe we see another purple, dude. I think my last was 5 KC ago on 70. Anything except the ward or the light bearer would be great. Ah, no! Alright, well, we need one of those for the main, so... bummer. We'll take it. Arr, it be gold. That is some big loot. 1.2 mil. With the dragon pickaxe getting added to the volcanic mine shop soon, I thought I'd try my hand at seeing what the minigame is all about. The method that I'm using here is a pretty niche one, but basically what you do is just pay the entry fee, run south to the eastern staircase, and then just run up a bit, mine this boulder, grab the replacement rock whenever it's available, and use it to reset the boulder. Then you just rinse and repeat until you've got 300 points, which is where you get point capped, exit the mine, and repeat. It's super mindless, and it gets you 30k plus mining XP and 11 to 12k points per hour. You can obviously get way better rates if you're actively paying attention, but it's a pretty nice method if you just want to chill out and watch a show. Hey, all right, a new personal best, just over 30 minutes. That actually smashed my previous PB by, oh, sorry, I just realized my screen regions are off. That actually smashed my previous PB by almost a minute, which is absolutely nuts. Let's see if we're rewarded with a nice shiny purple, but even if we're not, pretty darn happy with that PB. And it is a white light. If you don't play UIM, getting Snapdragon Seeds is a massive pain since you absolutely blast through super restores doing PVM, so getting some passively through TOA is a huge quality of life boost for us. Well, there's the red gem. And very cool, but I don't have room to hang on to that. Oh, I did not just get a purple. Wings got a purple. He got a Fang like an hour ago, and I'm super jealous. I'm super excited for him, but I'm super jealous, and I want one too. So far, we have gotten 2 light bearers and 1 ward. I want to see either a staff or a Fang. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Dude, yes. Oh my god. Super, super happy with that. I could leave now if I wanted to, but I'm having too much fun. So, yeah, very, very excited about that one. I heard a little rumor that the path level up invocations help to boost drop rates, so I spent a little time trying out Pathmaster and Walk the Path. Walk the Path is incredibly free, and I highly recommend trying that one out if you're not already using it. Pathmaster's also not bad at all, and after a couple of practice runs, I was rewarded with yet another purple, this time my first piece of Masori in a massive 350 mil addition to the account value at the time that I received it. And that was actually a monumental KC because that's KC number 100, and I have a snazzy new cape waiting for me. There it is, got the, oh god, they're gonna make me try to pronounce this again. All right, Iclarin's Shroud, must have said that right. And there it is, looks pretty cool, colors are neat. Not sure that I'll be wearing this bad boy around a whole lot, but it is cool to have it as an unlock. All right, we booted up an entry raid right now, and the only thing that I have turned on is Insanity and the requirements to turn on Insanity, so we're gonna give this a shot and see exactly how insane it is. Will I clear it on my first try? Place your bets now. Oh god, okay. What? Excuse me? Oh my god, dude. Oh, okay. Let's try this again, shall we? And that is Insanity, my friends. That's definitely intense. It's maybe not quite as bad as I expected. I didn't see what my declaw specs hit, but the Warden went down super fast there. Of course, I'm only doing a raid level 70, and when I'm doing like a 300 or a 350, it's going to take way longer to take him down, so I think that's the difference there. But after having done this, I think it's doable. I really do. I don't understand the floor phases right now because after the orbs, they weren't always starting on the same side. So I'm going to need to look into that a little bit. But yeah, overall, it was okay. And this is UIM pickpocketing. Yup. Hey, the final gem. All right, that's cool. I'm not going to keep that. It actually is kind of useful, but yeah, the blue gem is just way too OP to give up. But that's pretty cool. I'll take it. It's 180k alk. Not bad. I was going to drop the sucker, but the entire clan is screaming at me to keep it and substitute it out for the blue Karis since I have the Fang. Apparently, the Fang is a little bit less effective at lower levels than the blue Karis. But this jewel is kind of broken by the sounds of it in TOA. The special attack says it will fully heal the player to their maximum health and overheal players up to 20% of their base hit points level. It will also cure poison and venom as well as restore the player's run energy and any drained stats. It only works in TOA, but basically it sounds like it's an ambrosia minus the prayer effect. So it does sound useful, and I'm going to trust the clan and swap it out for the blue Karis. Not gonna lie, my heart dropped for a second, thinking that was a third age longsword. Boy, is that disappointing. I just managed to squeeze out my very first sub 30. The Fang and the Ring are absolutely putting in work, and man, a couple minutes off of each run is really going to add up in the long term. Oh my god, alright, not quite back to back, but one run in between, I somehow managed another sub 30. I don't know where I'm pulling these times out of. A big thank you to TOA for the farming XP. Here's 94 farming. The Blood Fury is absolutely massive for Ultimate Ironman PVMing since we're often pretty stretched on inventory space, but the time has come yet again for me to have to recharge mine, so I'm going to be spending some time pickpocketing the Vires and hopefully get a double blood gem drop. Shout out to Mr. Birch from my clan for rolling up to watch me pickpocket Vires. This is very engaging content for him. Very exciting. I saw him. Dude, what is everyone doing? Oh, he came to flex his Bulbasaur set, this dude. And there's the third age. Oh my god. This guy. Oh my god, it happened. I've been here for so long. Okay, let me show you my log over here on RuneLight. So you can see that I have been pickpocketing Vires for a while. I've been doing like 1K pickpockets a day, and the rate is 1 in 5K. And this was about 8.3K, so not crazy over rate. Anyway, let's check the charges on this thing. I have 2.8K, so I can use both of these shards, and I'm going to go ahead and recharge it. And, oh, it only uses... hang on. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, here we are. Let me use the second one on here now to recharge it, and I have 23K charges, and now I should be able to head back to Raids 3 to finish off my 200KC. No purple on this run, but I'm embarrassed to admit that after 5 or 6 or 7 runs of wondering why my DPS was so bad, and especially having incredibly inconsistent Warden P2s, I realized that I'm not wearing any gloves. Yeah, 83 mining sneaking in and stopping me from mining the seal here. Half of 82 to 83, believe it or not, came completely from doing this in raids. Passive mining XP from raids might be the new meta. I've made a decision. Now that I'm over 100 dry at TOA, I'm going to be hanging it up and moving on to other content because honestly, I'm just kind of over it and I need a break right now. So before I do that, I want to do one last thing with TOA, which is get myself the Missouri kit to upgrade this bad boy and turn this backpack into a fancy gold backpack. And in order to do that, I need to complete one level 350 raid deathless, which I think I can do without too much trouble, but I am going to need to change the sharks out for some brews and restores. I just got 86 cooking, and that's all I have to say. I am re-gearing for my 350 run right now, and it is time to get rid of the Ring of Suffering. I'm maining the Light Bearer now, and especially with having to disable and remove all the recoils from the Ring of Suffering, it's just not worth the bag slot, so I'm going to drop it over to the main for a little bond GP. That one hurts, man. I've held on to that for a long time, but I think this is a worthwhile substitute. I'm going to finish gearing up and hopefully we can snag ourselves a purple. Next time, I have my work cut out for me as I gear up to take on the TOA challenge kits and continue pushing ever closer towards the max cash looting bag. Here's where the bag value currently stands, but time is working against me, and you'll see what I mean in the next episode. If you made it this far, consider dropping a like and a sub on your way out, and as always, thank you so much for watching.